I think one of the most requested future packs for The Sims 4 right now is fairies. When you go around asking what people want to see next for the game, a lot of them will talk about wanting another occult pack, specifically because they want to have fairies added. And you know what? I'm not actually mad about the idea. I think that sounds like it would be kind of fun. I've never been a huge occult sim player. I don't really ever use like vampires or werewolves or anything, but I used to like the fairies a lot in The Sims 3, so if they ever added them to The Sims 4, I think I'd be into it. So saying that, I kind of want to channel that fairy inspiration a little bit and maybe make some sort of fairy cottage in the game. Just disregard the fact that this household is my sim self with like a million cats. It is accurate, but I didn't really think that through when I got my sim self to use as a test sim for this. Anyway, I think I'm gonna try and build it up here at the very top of Henford-on-Bagley, kind of near this waterfall, because I feel like that kind of fits the vibes. Before we get started, I have to real quick address some accusations that have been made recently, because anytime I talk about like future Sims packs or ideas or desires the community has, I get a whole bunch of comments that are like, ooh, she knows something. Okay, let's unpack that real quick. Me making this video has absolutely nothing to do with any sort of future pack content. So let's assume for a second that fairies actually are coming. There's a fairy pack being made, which there is not, okay? But we're assuming for the sake of this example, if I actually knew that there was a fairy pack coming, and then I just went and made a whole video being like, hey guys, what if we got fairies? And then all of a sudden the fairy pack actually came out and I knew the whole time, EA would never talk to me again. They would never tell me anything ever again if I just went and made a video anytime they told me about something but pretended that I didn't actually know. So if I knew some sort of secret, I wouldn't make a YouTube video at all related to it, okay? I don't currently know any secrets. I know you don't want to believe that, but it's like people think that I know all these things and I don't know anything, so just so we're clear, there is no fairy pack. There is no deep dark secret. This is just a silly little Sims house, okay? Let's not go getting our hopes up or making any sort of wild assumptions, okay? This has been happening since I made that hotel video last week where I made this like PowerPoint presentation about all the things I want to see in a hotel pack. People think that there's gonna be a hotel pack and I know about it. Why? If I knew that there was gonna be a pack, why would I make a PowerPoint of all the things that are in the pack and just pretend that I'm guessing? I mean, anyway, it's a ridiculous claim. I think we all know this, but I still feel like I should probably remind everyone to like, you know, tone it down a little bit. Let's not make any wild assumptions. Anyway, let's build, shall we? Because I think I want to make a cottage. After this, I'm gonna make a cat lady house, which is why this is all happening, but I'm doing this cottage part first. The lighting in this world is so bad. It always looks kind of green. I'm just gonna ignore it. Maybe the cottage can be green and we can like embrace it or something. I also kind of want to use platforms for this instead of a foundation, because I wonder if I can make the shape a bit more interesting if I use platforms. Oh my goodness, this door is kind of perfect. I like the little butterfly on the top. Okay, so we'll try and use that door as the inspiration for the color scheme. The problem with using platforms is that it makes the place so tall. I'm also kind of wishing that I had built it somewhere else because I want to have like a little walkway. I think my dream is to have like a little front door and I want to have like a raised section of maybe I won't do platforms. Maybe I'll just make it short wall height and I'll put it on a foundation. I need to calm down with this. What the heck? Go away. Oh, it's doing that thing where when I press escape, it doesn't get rid of the door. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Is it clear that I haven't got a clue what I want this to look like? Can you tell that I just am kind of experimenting a little bit right now? Okay, here's my idea. I want to have like a little hidden second floor up here. So I might make the house a tiny bit bigger to accommodate that. And I think that the roof can be quite tall. I feel like it makes sense on a little cottage like this to have that. The problem is it's gonna be really tall. So I don't know if it's gonna be weird or not. We'll try. I'll try and make it look good. Okay, this might be a little bit taller than I originally anticipated, but it's fine. This is fine. When I do these little cottages, I like to try and use some bits of rounded roof. It just is hard because the round pieces always fit together in quite strange ways. All right, but this is kind of what I was imagining for the shape of the building. We might need to get something new above the door because the door is looking a little weird. I guess cottage living has some cute little things roofs, but is that weird? Because I don't know. We could try that. I don't know what color it's gonna be, but I guess we'll figure it out. It bothers me a lot, like a lot, how there's just a visible hole right there. But I guess if you just don't look at it from this angle, maybe you won't mind. Yikes. Okay, ignore it for a sec. Let's just keep working on the cottage. All right, I'm gonna scoot the whole thing over. So before I switched everything to the opposite side, I was originally imagining that there would be some sort of like little pathway up to the front door. I just really love the idea of a little tiny gate like this. I'm not obsessed with the colors is the problem. I don't know. All the swatches on this fence are really weird. Like the blue stone is kind of strange to me. We can maybe make it work. There also isn't, like there isn't a roof color that matches that, is there? No. Why? Why is there not a roof color that matches that? It doesn't make any sense. Should we do like this little greenish roof color? I guess that combined with some stone might be cute. Okay, well hear me out. What I was originally picturing, and this might be kind of strange because it's like raised, but what I was thinking we could try and do, oh, it looks really weird. Why does it have to be clipping like that? Okay, well I pictured that this would be like a raised bit of garden bed. I'm trying to make this sort of split level a little bit, just without doing platforms because the fences get messed up with platforms. Platforms would probably be easier, just aside from the fence thing. Oh my god. Why was it there? It was fine before. What did I do? What if I did it with rounded pieces? Is that so strange? Because then, I mean, the gate doesn't really go right up to it. It just kind of floats there. But if I hide it with plants, that's doable. We can hide it with plants. We also don't have a matching foundation to the fence, which is kind of annoying. Maybe the whole house should be smaller again. Oh, I actually think that looks better. Okay, that fits better. Okay, I was kind of picturing there would be like a little patio of sorts, maybe over here. Maybe I could get a greenhouse section. I think that would be beautiful to have a little greenhouse. I'm not 100% sure how I want it to look. Like, do I want to use the glass roof? Maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's really tall. Should it match or should it be like a short addition? Should it be white? I'm gonna come back to that. I need to think about the windows first, because once I pick the windows, then I can more easily blend stuff together. I think I want there to be a lot of wood with the windows. I'm just not really, I'm not really obsessed with these swatches. Do you think I can combine these together or are they too different? Oh, I need to get a chimney. That's actually really gonna help, I think, if we had a big chimney up here. Is there a reason the house is... Oh, I deleted this wall. Okay, I was like, is there a reason the house is not closed? The lighting is weird. Yeah, Kayla, the lighting is weird. You messed it up. All right, I added a little back patio here and a side patio over here. I'm kind of picturing that I'll do some fences around this part and probably some more fences around here. I don't know where the staircase is gonna go to like get out of there because I haven't thought that part through yet, but this is what I'm working with for now. This part, like I said, I kind of want it to be like a raised garden bed. This is gonna be a lot of landscaping because obviously it being a fairy cottage, we want it to be like plants everywhere. So I'm just trying to find ways to get more interesting shapes for the plants. We could maybe do the same thing over here and have a small little section on this side. I think that I like that, and I like how it makes the shape a little bit more interesting on the exterior. And then look, we can use this little tiny butterfly thing. I don't know what swatch, but one of these has to match. That little bumblebee. Okay, I actually think that's perfect. Then I want to do windows on this side. I guess they do come in the same wood color. That means that this glass should too. Oh, how come I didn't realize that it matched so perfectly? That makes things like 10 times easier. We'll use those same big matching doors. I guess that means there should be a matching color for this. I don't know about that. I think that looks weird. Maybe I can get the bumblebee up here too. Okay, do we have any thoughts or opinions on this stone color? I like how it has the little stone edging, and I like how it brings out the beige from the foundation, but I guess the main problem is that it's beige. I kind of wish that it wasn't. I would prefer that it was like a, I don't know, prettier color. I guess the beige does look cute with the green roof though. And it's all very busy, so it might help us to have like less going on. Maybe if there were paneling up here on the top. I guess you can't really even tell that it's paneled though. The upstairs is actually a decent size. We could probably put like a bedroom, a lofted sort of bedroom up there. That is not ideal. That placement is really rough. Maybe the greenhouse could be smaller. Oh, how about this? this, we can add in these cottage living columns around the greenhouse. I like the open windows, but they don't really fit anymore. But that way it makes the windows look a little bit more interesting, at least fancier, I guess. Okay, well, now we prepare ourselves to do a significant amount of landscaping. Like, so much landscaping. There's gonna be plants everywhere around here. I think I want to start with a little secret pathway. Maybe I'll draw the direction I want it to go first. So I was picturing that I would have the path kind of go like this, but I don't know if that's too much. We could just have it curve around like this or something and then have a little side door. So maybe if the stones went like this. It is kind of strange, isn't it? Maybe if I enclosed a backyard. Okay, that's better. I put some wisteria on the front, which I never use, but I think it works really well for this lot. And now I'm gonna go through and get giant trees, like actual ginormous, huge trees to fill in everything. Thankfully, cottage living has so much stuff in debug. It gives us a good starting point because we have a lot of area to fill. I really like to use these little bushes around the place. I guess they're not very little, they're kind of big, but I like to use these giant bushes around the place because it gives some good greenery to fill in big open areas. I'm not 100% sure on whether or not I'm gonna use greenery like this anywhere, because I do like the idea of ivy around the place, but I don't know how much to put because there's gonna be so much busy landscaping down here. Like the ground floor is already gonna be a lot, so I'm kind of nervous about putting too much. Before I get too far into the debug, I want to go through and add in some normal plants. I guess by normal plants I mean like the regular base game stuff I always use. I want to do that so that we can kind of start layering everything a little bit. Can I put an extra little fence just randomly leaving right here? Yeah, why not? Maybe I'll fill in all this open area with these stones then, like all the space in between the plants. I know you can hardly see because there's trees everywhere, but what I'm picturing is we'd take these little stones and we'd put them in like all of this space right here. This is not exactly gonna be a fast process, but that's okay. It's gonna look really cool when it's done. I wish we had like one more size of this stone. We have 3 different kinds, and if we had like 4, or if we were lucky, maybe even 5, it'd be a lot easier to do. I would just love to have a couple extra little variations, which, by the way, in case you've never seen these before, these are base game debugs, so everybody's got them, but they are debugs, so you have to do a handful of cheats to get access to them. And in game, they're basically like little rugs, so your Sims will walk over these just fine. There's no problem with that, don't worry. Trust me, I know, because I use them a lot, but that is kind of what I was picturing, this little stone path in between all the entrances. Okay, all of the base landscaping is placed. Now we gotta go through and add literally everything else. I'm not 100% sure where I want all the windows to go, so I'm gonna start with the floor plan and then come back to it. In the second floor, I think I want to have it be quite open, so I need to go through and fix some clipping with the roof also. To do this, you basically need a lot of different roof pieces, and you go through and place them all individually and like fit them to size around the walls, because then you can get rid of all these little bits like this piece that is clipping. And now if I get a staircase, I don't really know where I want it to go yet, but say I put the staircase right here, I could draw a fence there and open up the floor. Okay, one more piece and then nothing is gonna clip. See, took me a second, but I did get there. Okay, I think I'm gonna have this be the bedroom then. I like the idea of a lofted upstairs bedroom. And then down here, this is kind of weird, but I'm thinking that we could have maybe like a little archway that of course doesn't match, because why would the wood color match? But maybe I'll get a little, oh, I guess that won't work because it's got stuff growing in it. Okay, I'll do like a little stone part right here by the entrance and in the hallway. I sort of envisioned that this would be the living room. We could have a small kitchen and maybe a little dining table here, and then an extra bedroom there, maybe? So it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house with a greenhouse. Well, now that we have the whole interior sorted, I'm gonna start adding in some decorations and extra landscaping. We do have cute flower boxes that I feel as though I should probably use. Not feeling obsessed with the colors on them. I don't know about the red flowers, but that's okay. Oh, that's fine, the light blue ones? Oh, let's do that instead. The flower colors are a bit less offensive, so it gives us some more room for different colors down here. So my goal here here is to have a huge variety of different kinds and sizes and colors of plants. So what I'm doing right now is kind of just picking one and then going through and placing a bunch, and then I'll pick another and go through and place a bunch. I don't know. There isn't exactly like a science to this. It's kind of just whatever looks cute. I need to be careful up here because I'm worried about them clipping with the walls. Oh my god. I'm worried that it's becoming a little bit too busy. But busy is good, right? Like that's kind of a little bit the goal. I am trying to make a whimsical little cottage, so it's okay if things are a little bit bold. What is the last color I should use? Should I do light purple again, or should I do this peachy color? I think I like the purple, because that ties in the lavender more. I may need to use both colors. That's okay. It's just this one that seems a little bit out of place. It's like too bold. Okay. What do we think? Is it too much? It's a bit much. It might be too much. It could very easily be too much. Oh, and here I go, making it worse too, putting some little flowers in these pots. That's really nice though. It needs something right there because it's kind of empty. I might stick the trash can over here too. Can you see that from the front of the lot? Oh good, it's kind of hidden. Now look at how cute these little floral lights are. I could add some of those around. This light, to be honest with you, is like half the reason that I started this build today, because I did a shell challenge on my Twitch channel this week and I did the tours and I saw someone using this light in their build and I was like, oh my god, I've never used that. I totally kind of forgot about it, but it's really cute, especially for a thing like this where it's kind of whimsical. This might be a little bit of a stretch, okay? But there's these little glowing orb things from Realm of Magic, and because I'm going for fairy cottage, I thought these might be kind of a fun addition to stick around in the yard. I'm fully aware that I may be going a little bit overboard right now. I don't know. I want to embrace the fairy cottage thing, and I really do think that's like so pretty with the little orbs. I'm not sure how many to put. What does it look like at nighttime? Oh, pretty. I should have put a pond or something. Oh god, now I'm gonna put a pond. I shouldn't have said that thought out loud. I'm not good at ponds. Every time I try, it looks bad. Oh, I think this little secret garden is so beautiful. I am having a lot of fun with this right now. I hope that you like it. It's not like it's a weird build or anything. It's very, very normal. It's just a bunch of flowers. Like there's nothing strange going on here, but once you start adding in glowing orbs, I think that's when things start to change. Okay, I've got those all around the garden now. Please, game, do not make me regret doing the terrain paint right now. I know in my heart that I should probably wait until later because of all the terrain paint glitches I've been having, but I want to put it now so I can see what it looks like finished. And then we will finally move on to the inside because I have not done that yet. Okay, I think the exterior is done. I'm gonna start on the inside now. I might do the bathroom first just to get it over with because this part kind of bores me. I want to use so many pretty wallpapers everywhere. I think in the bathroom, I'd like to do some cute tile. There's not really a lot of whimsical looking tile is the problem. I like that pink. So here's what I've got for the bathroom. It's not too fancy, and I didn't put a mirror because I thought all of them looked kind of weird with the sink being so high, but that's okay. We don't need a mirror. I think for me, the greenhouse is probably the most exciting part. We are gonna have to be kind of careful about what we put and where we put it because it is getting a little bit tight in here. Does it matter if the greenhouse is functional, or should I just like fully decorate it to my heart's content? Because that does kind of change things with the plan. I wanna have a really cute little lemon tree in there because that kind of fills up the whole middle. I'm not really sure what to plant in here, but I put a lemon tree and now I'm getting a couple other flowers. This one's a tulip. I got a rose. And then I also have a daisy bush right there. I'm not really sure if your Sims can actually get to them to like use them, but I do like how it looks. While I'm here, I think I'm gonna decorate this little patio. So I put some more flowers. I'm trying really hard to think about what other sorts of things these Sims might have, and I think a flower arranging table makes sense. I also kind of like the idea of like a little fountain somewhere. The problem is everything is so full. I have gone and made this place so full already that it's hard to add in extra stuff like this. There's also just not really a ton of space out here, but I think I'm gonna do the kitchen next. I'm gonna have to cheat for money. I've been using a lot of purple, so I want to do these little purple counters. And then I think I'd like to use the cottage living dining set. I don't know how much I can fit. We'll see if this ends up working out. This might be a little bit too tight. I was hoping that one of these swatches would kind of tie it all together, but it doesn't really. Is it okay if they're all kind of random? What if I did mismatched chairs? Okay, I think that's kind of cute. I think that's a good start. I think that also kind of gives me a good inspiration point for what I want everything else to look like. Of course, the kitchen sink looks ridiculous when I try and put it right here. What happens if I use these little end pieces? Okay, it does clip in kind of an annoying way, but we could probably put some clutter there to cover it. I'm hoping the table won't be in the way at all. I don't think it is, but I mean, I guess we did already decide that it's okay if it doesn't function. That's terrible. But we had that discussion. Annoyingly, we do have to leave this corner counter open, otherwise your Sims can't cook in here. So right now I'm doing what I can to fill in the other counters to the best of my ability and also not ruin our ability to cook. Oh, look at the little mushroom swatch. I'll put some art too, so it helps distract from the empty counter. I want to use this hutch so bad, but like the stairs are there. So if I put this hutch, I have to size it down and it looks silly. Yeah, I can't use the hutch. That's fine. There are smaller base game ones. Of course, they're in the wrong color scheme, because why would they match? I feel like some of this Realm of Magic stuff might work out. Also, maybe like old paintings, because it's an old cottage. So that's the kitchen and dining room done. While I'm here, I think I want to go work on this outside patio space. I never ever use this little plant. I don't even know if I've ever used it before, but it kind of works for this. I haven't saved a single time either. Oh my god, it's been 2 hours. This table, while kind of a lot, does actually tie in the colors of the different glowing orbs. I'd like to do the same mismatched dining chair situation again out here. And maybe they could have a grill. I mean, everybody needs a grill. All your Sims need to have the chance to burn the house down. Okay, so for the fireplace, kind of love the idea of putting a little thing like this here. This doesn't have to be like the main focal point of the room. It can just kind of be in the corner back there. And then I guess because we aren't gonna have a TV or anything in here, we could use a nice big sofa and some comfy chairs. This is one of my favorite wallpapers they have ever made. I just think it is so beautiful. Okay, so I'll use that and then I can try and tie in maybe a couple random chairs, like 2 maybe slightly mismatched chairs like this. I mean, I don't know where to put them. I'm not sure where to fit them in here. Maybe in the corner? Does it come in yellow? Oh, it does, but it shouldn't. I have realized that I don't like it in yellow. I'll do yellow with the curtains like this. We need to add some whimsy in here somehow. I don't know if this thing is too much. It doesn't really fit the vibes that much, but that's okay. What even are the vibes? Like, it's all up to us. We can do anything. Extra bookshelf, maybe some of those little fireplace tools. I'll stick some cozy blankets over here, kind of tucked next to the hutch. And those do come in some nice fun colors. Oh, look at how cute this little lamp is. We have to use that somewhere. Maybe the little bunny books could be good. I can stick a candle over here. Kind of trying to find ways to make this area a little bit cuter. I'm also using quite a few little candles around the place. Oh, I think that's adorable. Okay, let's keep that. I'm not sure about art. I'm not really 100% certain how much I should add. Like, do I put art on this wall or is it a bad idea because it's so close to the fireplace? Okay, so far, I think the living room is probably finished. I did a little entryway space right here. I put some clutter around. We have this hallway and we only have the 2 bedroom areas left to do. I think I'm gonna base this one on some sort of fun wallpaper. I think this is kind of fairy vibes. This wallpaper. I know there's a lot of wallpaper happening. There's wallpaper everywhere, but it kind of works in this house. And like I mentioned earlier, I think some Realm of Magic stuff is probably gonna fit really nicely in here. This is a very, very cute little desk. Oh, maybe I'll use this above the stairs instead of what I had before, because it kind of fits going up the wall. I've changed my mind and I think I hate the desk. I have to pick something else. There are some very cute little options. Like this thing is genuinely adorable. It's also quite small, so it kind of fits nicely in like a corner of the room. I'm currently imagining a lot of cottage living things going in here. I'm not sure if these cottage living furniture pieces match the desk or if they look weird with the desk. Oh, I can get some little blankets in here too. The last thing I'm doing in this bedroom is just adding a little bit of extra clutter on the nightstands. So I'm picking like some flowers and a lamp. I might put a book, stuff like that. I hope that my Sims can still get through here. I think they can walk in that tiny nook. And I think that this room is done. I like the color scheme a lot. And that just leaves us with the upstairs, which I think I'll make into a second bedroom. I'm not really sure if I want this this to be a kid's room or not, but I do kind of like the idea. I think no matter what, I have to use this wallpaper because it's just too cute not to. Unicorn, this toy box. This dollhouse might actually be kind of fairy vibes. It's just that the swatches are so strange. They don't really match anything. I guess it is a kid's room, so that might be okay. It's hard to accept the fact that it looks so out of place. I'm gonna use this rug like a little play mat over by the toy box. You know what? This is actually really cute. It's not super functional, but it's kind of a cute little play corner. Maybe the kids can have some mess on the floor. We can always just use the regular, maybe no mess. We can always just use the regular dollhouse too. It doesn't have to be anything ridiculous and fancy because this dollhouse fits really nicely over here and it's not like out of place. Okay, I think I'll just put in some finishing touches, like some little clutter everywhere. And I think with that, the house might be done. This has been really fun for me to build. I'm sorry if this video is ridiculously long because I've been recording for a long time. I'll show you around really quickly. So obviously on the outside, we've got these beautiful flowers and like layered gardens. You can walk up here, this little pathway. It takes you inside and I forgot to put a light out here. So I'll do that first. I might get a doormat too. But you come inside, we've got a little entrance. To the left, we've got a hallway that takes you to access the bathroom and the primary bedroom. This one is very pink. It's got some like pink and green and blue vibes going on. From there, you can come outside to this corner patio if you'd like. And out here, we just have some little plants. There's a fountain. There's also some outdoor seating and a grill. And then you can come back inside to the kitchen and dining room area and also the living room, which looks like this. We've of course got our little greenhouse happening. And then upstairs, there's just a little kid's room. And I am really happy with it. I have no idea how much it costs. And I also really quickly would like to change the lighting color. I want to make them a bit more yellow toned. I'm gonna call it the Secret Fairy Cottage on the gallery. So it is uploaded in case you want to download it. It's 53,000 simoleons. So not the most expensive. Most of it's debug outside. And I think it uses, oh my God, yeah, it uses 1 million packs. I'm sorry. I'm real sorry. But on that note, I think I'm gonna end this video right here. So thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Stay tuned because I might build this cat lady house soon as well. And I will catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. I wish the lighting wasn't so bad on this lot because it's hard to get screenshots of it.